Talking to the priest, the high priest, and everybody out there in the universe. If what I'm saying is wrong, then tell me the right way to say it, because I want to be made over. Take the red, take the green, give me a lemonade, I'll wash the green. Make me over, make me nice, because when I'm done, Lord, I want to be right. Hey, Lord, make me over, I want to be made over. Hey, Lord, make me over, I want to be made over. Make me over, I want to be made over. Make me smart, make me keen, give me life, give me steam. I want eternal beauty, spiritual things. 'Cause when I'm done, yes, I want to be a good thing. Hey, Lord, make me over, I want to be made over. Hey, Lord, make me over, I want to be made over. I want to be made over. Hey, Lord, make me over, make me over. Hey, Lord, listen to me. I wanna go places. Oh, I wanna do some things. I wanna be a star. Oh, I wanna have a big name. But in my heart, let beauty reign. And when I'm done, oh, I wanna have things. Hello everyone, it is B with the B Code and welcome back to my channel. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to all of my subscribers and to those who watch my videos. So please do not hesitate to hit the thumbs up or hit the thumbs down. And do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe. I'm trying to get some more subscribers. I know the messages that I send out benefit someone, and if they benefit you, please share and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will know when I post new content or when I go live, because I'd really like for you guys to join me. So I know I may not be the best content creator. I may not be as popular or even popular at all as the other content creators. But the messages that I send out are for the benefit of Black people. There are a lot of things that I see happening to us, the way we are evolving and the way we aren't evolving, that brings me to make the kind of content that I make. So I'm a truthful content maker. I tell it like it is. I may use vulgar language at times, and sometimes I don't. In this video, I've prepared for my Black ladies today. It's regarding raunchy versus elegance. So let's get into it. I've put together some images just so that I can explain, to the Black women, like, what's really happening, what's really going on, where is our mindset, what are we thinking? A big thing I notice is that the way Black women dress, right? So when I say raunchy versus elegance, let me go ahead and give you guys the definition of raunchy versus elegance. So when I look at the definition of raunchy or raunchy, I might be saying it wrong, it gives me earthly, vulgar, and often sexually explicit. And this is one of the main things or main ways that I see, Black women dressing. This goes to celebrities, it goes to women I see in my neighborhoods. Sometimes it even goes to the workplace. And I just want to bring it to Black women's attention, the difference between raunchy and elegance. these types of words and sayings, they are obsolete. I mean, we don't even discuss it anymore. I don't know who's making the clothes. I don't know who's telling the women that the things that they're putting on their person are appropriate. I mean, there's a place and a time for everything. However, um, there's some things you just don't want to wear. There's just some ways you don't want to be looked at. And with Black women being the center of negative attention nowadays, I think it's time for us to step our game up, step our dress attire up, throw away the trash, get some class, right? So, elegance, the quality of being graceful. Let's look at this image right here. The quality of being graceful and stylish in appearance or manner, style, right? So when you look at the two definitions of them, I mean, this is basically what we are. We look raunchy. We do not look elegant at all whatsoever. Like I said, this goes towards our celebrities. It's like these are two beautiful Black young ladies, but whose idea was it to wear these clothings? I mean, you can tell that the woman on the right, she has no underwear on, right? Didn't your mama tell you not to leave the house without underwear? I hope she did. If she didn't, I'm telling you now, don't leave the house without underwear on, right? Um, Look at the lady on the left. It looks as if she has no underwear on either. You're too exposed. It's raunchy looking. What if an emergency happens? What if, I always like to go back to that movie Red Dawn. What if a bunch of enemies started, parachuting out the sky to take over, the United States of America, and this is what you were caught wearing, right? Um, look at the ladies in this, right? Elegance, class, style, beauty, right? Why is it that every time we see Black women on the red carpet, they look like they are in some clothes that they just tied on themselves? Like there is just some fabric they threw together and put on, and now don't get me wrong, these dresses, the colors are nice. I don't know who made these dresses, but this is not the appropriate attire for Black women in this day and age to be dressed in. I know you are a celebrity, you want attention, you want to stand out, but there are classier ways of doing so, right? Um, we don't always have to we don't always have to look like we are going to prostitute row. And that's pretty much what it looks like. It looks like, who dresses for easy access? Prostitutes, right? Prostitutes don't wear underwear. I've seen them walking down the street, coochie out, butt hanging out. It's just not a good look. So, when you decide you want to go out for the day, what's wrong with wearing something like this versus something like this? Like, what kind of attention are you really trying to get? And is it worth it? Is your image worth it? Even though we're not celebrities, we all have an image to uphold because people are looking at us, our family, our children, our neighbors, our employers, our co-workers, even the men that we're dating or married to. They're looking at us as well. Potential mates are looking at us. And we have to look at the minds of the people or the men that are looking at us. If someone is telling you, "Ooh, mama, you look good in this, you look hot, can I get your number?" What are they basically saying to you? They're saying to you that they want to have sex with you, right? If someone approaches this woman, you would imagine that a man would be saying, "Oh my, you look very nice today. Can I get your number and maybe take you out to lunch or to dinner?" Right? There's a difference. There's a difference versus, "Can I get your number? I'll call you later." And, "Can I get your number? I'd like to take you out to lunch or to dinner." Right? Um, I mean, it is what it is. Here's the pants. Here's a pant outfit that she decided she wanted to wear. But look at the classier way that you can dress, right? Look at the dress you can wear. But here's the elegant version of these dresses, right? What's wrong with being elegant? In this picture, here's a short set that she has on. This is very, very raunchy, and we need to change that. You are in public. It is very disrespectful to other women's men, husbands, boyfriends, their date. It is very disrespectful to children, right? And it's very disrespectful to teenagers. You're showing teenagers that it's okay to dress like this when I'm just going to keep it 100. It's not, right? I don't ever see dressing like this appropriate, especially if there are children around. If you're in the home, you have no children, it's you and your man, or you at home alone, hey, dress like that all you want to. But this is not the appropriate attire for clubbing. I mean, for wearing out in the street. Maybe a raunchy club, maybe clubbing. Yes, but this is broad daylight. People are walking around, and this is the what you decided to put on. It's your mindset, ladies. It's your mindset. You have to change your mindset. Now, I took the liberty of putting another, what's wrong with this pants set, right? What's wrong with putting some elegance to the way you carry yourself as a black woman, right? Like I said, we are the butt of jokes. We are the butt of vengeance. We are the butt of hatred. We are the butt of negativity. In order for us to change how people view us, we are going to have to change our minds. We're going to have to start with the way we dress. Black men aren't going to do it for us. They want to see us dressed like this so that they can say we're for the streets, so that they can have conversation about us. See, look at how these black women dress. This is why I'm getting my passport and I'm going to other countries. Even though they're going to other countries to get women that dress like this, we need to do better. We need to do different, right? We want to say that men are supposed to be the leaders and men are the leaders. They're not our leaders, or they're not being good leaders. They're condoning this type of dress. They are telling us you look hot and sexy. These are the whores. I did a video on whores yesterday. These are the whores, the men whores that are telling us it's okay to dress like this because they just want to sleep with us anyway. Our images have been torn down. Our self-esteem is wrecked. The way we carry ourselves is disgusting, and it just really needs to change. This is a beautiful pants set. It doesn't have to be this one, but let's kind of step our dress game up. Um, a lot of things. This is an image of Megan Thee Stallion, hot girl shit, right? What comes out of our minds shows. What we put in our minds, it comes out on our person. It comes out in the way we talk. It comes out in the way we carry ourselves. We have to be careful of the type of music we are listening to. So let's listen to one of Megan Thee Stallion's songs. This is called "Thought Shit." And if the beat live, you know Lil Ju made it. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shit. Post me a pic, finna make me a profit. When the liquor hit, then the bitch get toxic. Why the fuck you in the club with niggas wild? I've been lit since brunch, that shit. Order 42 for the table, let's pop shit. Missionaire or doggy style on my top shit. Pussy ass niggas hating on me from the closet. Hoes trying to call me a snake, shit, I guess I can relate. Cause the bitch spit a whole lot of venom. And since these hoes all rats, when they come around me, all I see is a whole lot of dinner. I walk around the house butt naked and I stop at air mirror just stare at my own posterior. I don't give a fuck. Okay, so just a snippet of that, right? Hot girl shit. First of all, you're not a girl. You're a woman, a young lady. This is what we need to be referring to ourselves as. This is how we need to be dressing. I get it. There is a culture for Black people that is raunchy, right? However, this type of music to me says that it was made for a strip club. This is not something that you play in your home around your children. This is music you listen to outside of the home when you are in these raunchy environments, right? Um, we aren't cautious with our children. We aren't cautious with the things we listen to. Now, there's a difference. If you can, listen to this music and not take on the persona that it glorifies, hey, you good. You good. But when you don't have control over your own mind, you have to be careful of what you put in it. Because this hot girl shit has made a lot of hot girl shit happen with Black women, right? And I'm talking women, not girls, women. If you are a stripper in a strip club and that's how you get your money, do you, boo. When you come out the strip club, you need to turn into a whole different person. Now, I know Tupac gave an interview where he said, you always have to be in character. I disagree, right? I would even say this with our male rappers. I would say this with our male rappers. I would say that you in your stage presence, yeah, sag your pants. You know, show off your tattoos. Wear whatever you want to wear. Talk how you want to talk. But when you come off stage, there should be a different presence to let the youngsters in the Black community know, hey, this is just me on stage, but when I'm not on stage, I'm a refined gentleman. I'm respectful. I carry myself in a different way because right now, the images or the celebrities that we have, they are setting the tone for our young men, young women, our older men and older women, right? We have to understand too that with the mind, some of us are slower. Some of us are stuck in our younger years because we don't want to grow old. Some of us are stuck in a child's mind. We have an adult body, but we have a very childish mind. We're still running around here acting like teenagers because we haven't taken the time to grow up. But then again, when you only have childish things in front of you, how do you learn to be an adult? Right? So when somebody is referring to you as girl, or somebody is treating you like a child, not talking to you as if you are an adult, it's probably because of two things. They're just stupid and blind and don't see that you are a woman and this is how you're carrying yourself, or they're treating you accordingly because you are carrying yourself like a child, you're doing childish things, you dress like a child or a teenager or a thot or a prostitute. So people usually address you according to how you look because this is what they see first. Right? You can open your mouth all day and they can say, oh, wow, so and so, she dresses like a whore, but when she opens her mouth, she sounds very educated. Right? You still don't want that. It's still not a good look. It still says something about you to where they're looking at you like, okay, how she talks and how she dresses, two different things, right? You want to have control over your mind. I know back in the day, before this hot girl shit, before Nicki Minaj, before Cardi B, before Glorilla, before all of this raunchy music and dress attire came about, we used to listen to people like Shantae Moore, right? Shantae Moore was a hot item. Beautiful, elegant. Um, Not only Shantae Moore, but Anita Baker. Who else can I name? Karen White. You know, women that were entertainers that carry themselves elegantly and as women, right? I know they sometimes it would be she would only be 18 because they like to start out in their career young, 17, 18, 19, 20, and they looked like 26, 27-year old elegant women, but they were actually younger. And this is because back in the day the men's mindsets weren't as they are today due to the type of music that's out here, right? The rap music. So back in the day, we did have men that wanted to be with elegantly looking and older thinking women because they knew how to entertain a gentleman. They knew how to be a wife. Even if they didn't, they looked like a wife because of how they carry themselves, right? So if we look at it, let's take a listen to what Shantae Moore was singing about back in the day. Hey, work it, girl. Hey, I know you know. Hey, that loving me could be a but you're not at all. My mind was I could not resist. And now I find myself taking over by the feeling. And I know within my heart it's too late to say goodbye now. Your love so precious. So, just to sample a few of her songs, I mean, Doesn't this make you want to put on some nice clothes, just look really nice and respectable and, just elegant and, and just walk out into the world and just, the wind blowing your nice, flowy gown or your nice flowy pants. Imagine, imagine, it's like, imagine, this versus this versus this. Imagine, she singing something like Candlelight in You would immediately think, oh my God, like, it just doesn't match. I mean, look at this with Candlelight in You. You understand what I'm saying? Look at, even if you just go back to this. Your love is so precious. Doesn't she look precious? Doesn't she look something like something to be cherished and admired and treated special? But if you go over here, this look like some hot girl shit, like she tossed around the bed, roughly handled. This is what is happening to black women. We're dressing like we need to be roughly handled, like we want to be roughly handled. Look at this. It looks like, all you have to do is pull their dress to the side, bend them over, shove it in. No care, no respect, no nothing. But then you look at these ladies right here, and it looks as if you want to, take them out, treat them special, pour them a glass of wine, take them out to an expensive dinner. You want to, softly remove their clothes. But something like this, you just want to, hand a bitch a beer or a doggone Mai Tai, and you know what I'm saying, and talk to her like she's the slut of the year. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. There's a difference, and you can't tell me that there isn't a difference in the way you dress and the way you get treated, right? So we have, the Crimson Cure. She has all these, her thumbnails are all these women, and pretty much they're dressed raunchy like this, and she's saying that they're for the streets. Well, when you dress like you're for the streets, you give people the conversation and and the views that you're for the streets, because this is what street women dress like. This is what prostitutes dress like. This is what low self-esteem women dress like. This is what women dress like when they're saying, fuck my mind and look at my body. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have nothing in my brains. All I have is a body. But then when you dress like this, it's saying, I have some business about myself. I respect my body. I want you to respect my mind, right? I'm still looking nice. I want you to, still look at me, but I want you to look at me in a respectable manner. I want you to take my hand and help me out the car, or take my hand and help me in the car, or take my hand and help me sit down, or help me get up. You know what I'm saying? This one looks like, I got my own chair. I'm going to throw myself in a chair. You don't have to hold the door for me. I can open my own car door and I can get in and sit down. And you know what I'm saying? Versus, something, just something nice, something to say, hey, this is a woman that knows herself, knows her value, knows her worth, and she's going to carry herself in such a manner. I'm sorry, it is what it is. And then, even if you look at the types of places we visit or we hang out as black women, It's always some raunchy club where raunchy attire is glorified, raunchy behavior. You understand what I'm saying? We rarely hang out at the spots where it requires you to wear some clothes, some nice, elegant looking, respectable clothes, right? And what usually follows these types of women to the club? These types of men, right? If you have women that are pretty much dressed nicely in a club, it's going to bring the gentleman out. It's going to bring the gentleman in their, collar button down shirts and their slacks and their nice shoes versus, like what is she bringing to the club? She's bringing the saggy pants is going to follow her, the baseball caps, the t-shirts, the tennis shoes, right? Because this is usually how it looks. You got some raunchy looking female in some raunchy looking clothes, and who's usually at her side? Some man with some sagging pants, some thuggish look, unrefined as well. And I'm not here to talk about the men in this video just yet. I'll probably do a separate one for them. But I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. We need to step our game up from this to this. When we're on the red carpet, we need to step our game up from this to this. Stop. I don't know who's dressing these people. Like I said, there's a difference between on stage entertainment, and then there's a difference between everyday dress, right? We have women that are not on the stage, but they feel the need to dress like this out in public, right? To dress like this out in public, to dress like this on the red carpet. It listen, it's not appropriate. It's not appropriate at all. And don't let these people dress you like this, right? Have in your mind how you want to be received, right? Not how somebody else wants to send you out in the world. If we stop dressing like this, they'll stop making clothes like this. Let this attire be for the prostitutes. You see, it's difficult to separate black women. It's difficult to separate us from the hoes and the respectable women because we're all dressing like hoes, right? So we're just all looking like hoes. And who's coming up behind us doing the same thing? Our children. I'm all for teenagers, you know what I'm saying? They like to dress cute, but they look cute because they're young. But once you hit 18, once you hit college age, you're in college, you know, usually what, 4-year degree, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, you've graduated college, you've gotten some education in your mind. Give yourself another couple of years, 24, at least by 25, your attire should be totally different. At 25, you should not be dressing like this. You should be dressing like this, right? At 25, you should not be dressing like this. You should be dressing something like this, right? At the age of 25 and up, you should not be dressing like this. You should be dressing like this. I mean, it is what it is. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. But black women, we have to make a choice. Do we want to grow up and be the women of our culture, or do we want to stay young or dress young and act young and continue to have a culture of young people, right? You have to be able to separate the girls from the women, because if all we do is present ourselves as girls, that's when we also affect the mindset of our men. They're always going to be looking for girls, and they're never going to be looking for women. And this is actually what is happening nowadays. I mean, you see all the black women dressing like her, right? Or dressing like her, and then it becomes the norm for them. They feel like all these bitches dress the same, they all look the same. It's time to get our passports, and let's at least go overseas and get some preferences that dress like this, but their race is different, their culture is different, the way they talk is different, right? There's no separation here. We have to keep that separation. Let Megan Stallion's music stay in the strip club where it belongs, and let's have Shantae's music be in our homes, be playing in our cars, and let's step our minds up, because when you step your mind up, you step your dress up. You become more elegant. You carry yourself like a woman. What's wrong with growing up? What's wrong with being a woman, right? What's wrong with allowing the younger ladies to shine? What's wrong with giving the men of our culture a choice of whether they want to be with a young acting girl or an older acting woman? They have no choice. Everybody is acting like they're freaking 22, because this is what we've been indoctrinated in. I don't care. Let the young lady shine. You tap back into that middle older woman, you know, type of persona, so that our men are able to separate it, right? I don't want to keep going on and saying the same thing over and over again, but we are lacking women. We are lacking black women. We have a whole bunch of hoes, a whole bunch of prostitutes, a whole bunch of BBLs, a whole bunch of, young dressing and young acting older women. And we have forgotten that it's okay to grow old. It's okay to be elegant. It's okay to cover up. It's okay to not be raunchy. I mean, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I think we need to make a change. We really do. I mean, that change just needs to come. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm a leave y'all with this.
Thinking of you, that's all I seem to do. When you're not here, I long to hold you near. Baby, this time together we must spend. Holding you close, taking time to let you know. Tonight's the night we will share. Turn off the lights, come close to me. Tell me I'm all you ever need. Tell me it's not just a dream. And if it is, my heart believes that you are mine, and this is real. Can you see? Loving you all the night. Share my love. It will be alright. silence may hurt you. I cannot count the ways I feel for you, but you should know.